Segments in Google Analytics are essential to understand. We will learn and get into a bunch of examples in this special episode. All and more right after this. Welcome back. In Google Analytics, there is the notion of segments, which are found inside of the administration part. Let's get to that section by going into administration, going to view and scrolling slightly down until we see it here under personal tools and assets, segments. I have 3 examples here that I have created. So let's get into how they are, and then we'll build on it and create more segments. So the idea of segments is you would put certain rules around what type of users you would like to look into and get reports on. And once you apply that segment to your reporting, it will filter out and include only the users that you have interest in. And when you do that, you can apply that retroactively to all of your data, and that is the power of segments. Filters, however, as we've discussed in the previous video, are not retroactive. And when we create a filter and apply it today, all of our data from the past will not include the filter. And that is not very good. However, segments have the power of applying this retroactively. So let's start by looking at this simple segment that is called female mid-age. If I click on it, it has been created. And what it is, it's basically looking at the demographics section or the demographics feature, and then saying that I'm interested in the female gender with age group 35 to 44. Scroll down. That's it. Save. Now if I look at the male mid-age, I guess you can tell the difference is only in selecting the male here. So this is a pretty simple way of looking at how segments can be created. Now, let me start by creating some of the essential filters that you need to have in your account. Now, because you can apply it retroactively, it doesn't matter if you don't want to create it right now. You can create it after a month or 2 months, and that's perfectly fine. But these are some essential ones that I like. The first one is called not provided traffic. Well, what happens is sometimes you get a lot of traffic from Google, but it's always attaching that term not provided because Google doesn't want you to know all the keywords that it knows. It wants to keep it anonymous, and that again is some of their guidelines and terms and conditions. Because they know a little bit about your users, they don't want you to be able to tap into all the data. So they say it's not provided. So the purpose of the segment that we're creating now is to exclude all of this non-provided traffic or not provided traffic. So what I'm calling it is between brackets, not provided traffic. And actually what I'm doing is I'm including and not excluding. So I want to look at the traffic that is not provided. So what I will do is I will go directly into conditions right here and choose keywords. And say contain or contains not provided. Perfect. If you want to add one more, you can click on add, do the same, and say keyword contains not set. Okay, that will cover both of these two variations of pretty much the same thing, believe me. So I can say here, not provided, not set. Save. Okay, there you go. This is one way of having that segment, because you might want to just look into traffic that is coming from Google in that way, where you don't have a lot of data, because maybe you want to apply more filters or you want to look at data differently. Here's another one. This one is my favorite, and this is to segment or apply a segment of users that are really engaged on your website. So I would like to call this really engaged traffic. So the way we do it, again, we go to conditions and we can select something called page depth. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, page depth. And you can say you want it to be greater than 3. I think that's good, because if you remember from a previous video, we determined that anything 4 and above is actually a good engagement on a website and worth the insights. So greater than 3 would mean that 4 is the next step up. And then another condition I can apply just to be certain that this traffic is really engaged is to use session duration. Session duration is, again, another metric. Session duration is, again, this is in seconds, so maybe I can say it's greater than, let's say, 180 seconds. That's around 3 minutes of time. 3 minutes, 4 pages. I think that's a good indicator of an engaged traffic. So let me save it. There you go. I have it now. This is pretty useful. Now, the other thing is, let's say I have a page, which is Webhook, and all of the pages that are company related actually start with or include the /company. And in order for me to look at only that traffic, I'm able to do it through segments. So all I have to do is say, maybe I can say company or company landing page. Maybe you can just keep it like this, company landing page. And then all I have to do is go into conditions. I can select the page, or to be specific, I want to the landing page. To contain, let's see, company. See how all my company specific pages contain company here? So all I need to do is say I wanted to include /company. And I think that should be it. Company. I think I want to be more specific here and just say landing pages. I'm a little bit picky that way. In terms of naming conventions, I really believe that it's very essential that you stick to a naming convention, because it really helps you in finding things later, and even when you're sharing these things with others, it would make sense and you would give more information when they look at your names. So this is one example. I would like to do another filter, and that is to look at a segment where we are looking only at Google traffic that is coming from paid advertisements. And obviously you know how we get it, or if you don't, then stick around for a bit. I'll start a new segment and I will call it Google. I can call it Google Paid, or I can say Google Paid CPC, just so that to remind everybody that it's the CPC that we're looking for, the CPC medium that we're looking for. So from a previous video, I explained to you that it's in regards to two things in UTMs. We're looking here at the UTM source, which is Google, and the UTM medium, which is CPC. So very simply, I will go into conditions one more time and select my source contains Google. See how it's helping me out by auto-completing these values for me. And I'm adding another filter, which is the medium, and it should contain CPC. I haven't done a lot of paid advertisements on this account, so that's why it did not populate it for me, but it could have if I had done that. So save. Very good. These are all important ones. Another one that I like to also include in my segments is a non-branded organic traffic. This is very important. It's basically looking at people who have come to my website but not through knowing anything about my brand. So these are pretty much people that are not really knowing about Weblock. How we do this is going into new segment. I can call it, again, this is a search engine optimization segment. So I can start with that and say non-branded organic traffic. See how I named it this way. However, just now by thinking about it, a little bit picky, it could mean better when I say organic traffic dash non-branded. And that will help me later if I have another segment which is specifically for branded SEO. So let's do that. Now going into conditions one more time, I'm going to select the keyword. This is how they got to my page. So I'm looking for users who have got into my page and does not, where is that? Does not contain, so my keyword, the keyword that they searched for me or they landed on my page did not include Weblock. I can also try something else. I can try that the keyword also did not contain or does not contain weblock.com. These are my brand names, so I'm doing this, save. There you go, organic traffic, non-branded SEO. I think we forgot something. I bet you did not notice it. So let's see. There was something missing here. If I want to update anything, I can go back by clicking on it. I want to add a filter because this is not including that my medium is organic. It's important because let's say I went with AdWords, and AdWords is not organic search. So in that case, it will also include these visits, which I don't want. I want to only focus on a medium, which is exactly matches. If I don't want anything else, I can say organic. Now that looks much better. Let's see, what else do I have for you guys? Yes, there is one that is important, which is traversal, or what Google calls it sequences. I like that one too because it segments people who visited, let's say, a very small funnel, like they went from page 1 to page 2. I want to take only those people because they probably are interested in something in particular. Let's say I have a section about, because I'm selling clothing, I have a section about shoes, and then from shoes they landed into maybe something else, shoe accessories or something. So maybe I want to bucket these two people together into one segment or one group. However, the example that I will give is a little bit different. I want to give an example here, which is when a visitor visited one of my blog pages, and then after that they actually went and signed up, or at least they visited the sign up page. That's something interesting, so let's look into this. I start by a new page. First of all, let me show you. This is my site. As you can tell, my articles that are around technology has a /technology in them. So here's the idea. What we'll do is we'll try to segment users who have visited a technology page and then signed up on my account for a free account with Webhock. And I would call them, let's say I'll call it a path. That's how I'm doing it. And then putting a / and say technology driven signups. Okay, so what I will do, the difference here is I will go into sequences and I will start with what is known as a page. Okay, and I'm saying starts with. Well, notice how it's auto-completing these things for me. So great. I just need to ensure that it starts with technology. Let's add another step. Followed is followed. What else is there? Is immediately followed by. So here's interesting, because this is really interesting. It's either forcing the segmentation to include the users who directly went to the next page, or those who kind of navigated around and then went back to the second page. So if it matters for you that they went through that immediately, you can select is immediately followed by. Otherwise, you can just stick to the default behavior, which is followed by. And my step 2 would be something similar. Page. Exactly matches. I think it should detect its sign up. Contains sign up. Okay, that's good. We can check that as well. Let's go to the sign up page and see here how it says join for free. So this is the next page, which is sign up, and this is it right here. Obviously, you can leave the / here. You don't need to put a trailing / just because it's not going to be the case all the time. Now, if you want to add another one, just to ensure that the user has actually signed up, then you can add another step and do the same by saying page contains. It should be sign up success. This is the destination page. And we have tested this before. Once we are sure about this is our sequence of funneling, we can just simply save it. There it is. Path, technology-driven signups. That's great. That's smart too, I believe. So the next one would be to look into anything that is driven through a campaign that is driven through a particular source and medium. So basically here we were segmenting based on campaign name, based on source and medium. And we can do that very simply by doing a new segment. And we can call it, again, campaign. You can call then the name of the campaign. Let's say the campaign was, we've launched a new campaign around spring, so spring 2017, and the segment is targeted towards traffic that is coming in from Bing Organic. Okay, we are just interested in seeing that, so I would say Bing Organic. So what I will do is the following. I'll go back into something different this time by saying traffic sources. Notice how traffic sources, this is a little bit different because now we're talking about acquisition and how the user got into our pages. So now I have the section here with campaign contains. I can say spring 2017. That was my campaign name, and because it's connected to my UTM and I like to keep it lowercase, I'm going to make it lowercase right here. And the medium was organic. And the source was, I don't see Bing, but I see Baidu. So maybe I can just say Bing, because it's something I'm looking forward to look into the future. And if you want to target a specific keyword, which I don't advise because it's going to make it very specific, you can put it right here. For now, I'm keeping it like this, and I'm saving it. There you go. I have it, organic traffic, and then we have as well the, there it is, campaign, Spring 2017, Bing Organic. All right, I hope you're interested in this, you're having fun with this. I think I pretty much covered everything. Let me check the company landing pages. Where of type landing page, yes. So I think I covered pretty much everything except for e-commerce. I don't currently have e-commerce on this website. However, we can do it by going into another view. Let's do that quickly. I'm gonna go into a Google demo account, which is the Google merchandise account. Go to the master view just to show you that if you were to create a new segment, you can say new, and you can click on enhanced e-commerce, and then you can say you're looking at a segment where people have purchased a particular product. So you can say product contains, and let's see what we can get. There it is. So let's say I'm interested in a product variant, which is LG. So I can select LG here as a product variant. And if I'm interested in a particular product category, so I'm looking at LG electronics, and I'm looking at people who have purchased something from LG electronics category. So, and here is where it's interesting. Now this is where it gets really interesting when it comes to enhanced e-commerce, is you have the option to select whether you're looking for somebody who performed any action, meaning that they just got to your page, saw the electronics section, and then went into an LG product, saw it. That's it. They're getting bucketed and placed into that segment. Versus if they were, if they actually were more interested and they added that particular product to the cart, so you can click on add it to cart. Versus somebody who's really, really into it and they actually bought the product, then they purchased an item. So you can literally segment these into different sections, and you can actually create 3 different segments and try to analyze how many people are seeing that product, adding it to the cart, or buying it. And then you can see where people are, where you're losing your customers or where you're able to improve. Now, obviously, there's a lot to talk in regards to e-commerce, but I just wanted to show you that there is a way to segment users in regards to e-commerce. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it the thumbs up and like it. Also subscribe to Webawk, and don't forget, create a free account with webawk.com. Head to our webpage and create a free account, because we will share more data and more information with you as well. Our member accounts are always privileged with different things. And until a new episode with me, I would like to wish you a great day, and bye-bye.